Hi and welcome to Hymas Family Favorites. Anyone who knows me knows that I love to go to Disneyland. And one of the places that I love to eat is Steakhouse 55 at the Disneyland Resort Hotel. For breakfast, they have an amazing stuffed French toast. It's huge and it's gorgeous. But since Disneyland is pretty much off limits and closed right now, we're resorting to having to make our stuffed French toast at home. So this is our version, and I'm going to show you how we made it. Tomorrow for breakfast, we're going to be having stuffed French toast, which is delicious, but pretty time consuming to actually prepare. So I thought that I'd take just a couple of minutes tonight and make our custard that we're going to soak our bread in tomorrow, and just get a little bit ahead of the game. It'll be a big time saver in the morning. The custard for our stuffed French toast only has 4 pretty simple ingredients: cream, eggs, vanilla beans, and sugar. And the process is going to involve us warming up the cream and sugar and the vanilla beans until it's dissolved, and then we're going to temper our eggs and add them to the mix, and then we'll just let it cool in the refrigerator overnight. To make our custard, we are going to add 4 cups of heavy whipping cream to a saucepan. Followed by 1/2 cup sugar. And we're gonna stir that together. Next, we're going to add the inside of our vanilla bean, and we're just going to add that right to our pot. And we're going to stir that in. While our cream is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and beat these eggs. We're going to beat these eggs, and then as soon as our cream mixture is heated up, we're going to go ahead and ladle some of this warm cream right into our eggs and temper them. It should take our cream mixture about 5 minutes to come up to temperature. We just want the cream to simmer and get warmed all the way through. Okay. Meanwhile, I've whisked 3 eggs in a separate bowl while our cream was heating, and now we're going to temper these eggs. We don't want them to scramble, so this technique is just adding a little bit of warmed cream to the egg mixture. We're just going to add a little bit at a time, stirring constantly, allowing those eggs to come up to temperature without cooking. I'm going to do this slowly because this cream is definitely warm, and if I go too fast, our eggs are going to cook. And our goal here is to make a custard, not scrambled eggs. We'll add 1 more ladle full, and then we should be able to just pour the rest of the cream in. we're gonna let our custard cool, and then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator overnight so that it's ready to go in the morning. We're gonna take our brioche bread, and I'll show you that tomorrow, but we're gonna soak it in our custard mixture, and it's gonna make a yummy and delicious French toast.
It's Sunday morning and we're ready to finish assembling our French toast. Please excuse any background sounds. Everybody is home this morning and getting ready for Sunday brunch. To start, we're going to take the top of our brioche bread off. Because it's so cumbersome, I thought it would be a lot easier to work with if I just removed the tops off of these loaves of bread. And we'll reserve those and use them for something else later. Next, I'm going to trim the very edges off of this loaf of bread. And then I'm going to slice it into 3 equal pieces. That nice air pocket in the middle is going to do some of the work for us, and we'll use it as a pocket for the filling. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm just going to trim the edge of this to make sure that they're all the same size slices. Set that aside, and we're going to do the same thing with the second loaf of brioche bread. Again, trimming the edges and slicing it into 3 equal pieces. Now, using my smaller knife, I'm going to put a slice in each slice of bread, making a pocket so that we can put our filling in it. I'm going to arrange these in this 9x13 pan, making sure that there's plenty of room around each slice of bread. And then I'm going to cover it with our custard. And I want to make sure that every slice is thoroughly covered. And I'm going to use a pair of tongs to move the bread around and make sure that every slice has plenty of custard on it. Then we're going to cover this, put it in the refrigerator, and let it soak for at least an hour.
Our toast has been soaking in our custard for just over an hour now. We're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for 45 to 55 minutes after transferring it to this clean pan. While our French toast is cooking, we're going to go ahead and get together our filling and our topping. The filling is really delicious and easy. First, I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and to that we're going to add 3/4 cup of ricotta. This is our homemade ricotta. I'll put a link down in the recipe notes or in the description to our recipe for the homemade ricotta. And then we're going to add 3/4 cup of mascarpone cheese. teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of quartered strawberries. Now we're going to use our hand mixer with the whisk attachment and blend all of this together on about medium speed. Now I'm going to show you a trick for our anytime you need to use a pastry bag like frosting or filling, or anytime you're going to do some piping, is you're going to put down some saran wrap, and then we're going to put our filling in a pile in the middle of that. Now we're just going to fold our saran wrap over the top and fold over one end of it. I'm going to gently leave that other end open. And we're going to take our pastry bag I'm going to trim that. Get that all set up and ready to go. All right, I'm gonna fold that over. Now I'm gonna gently pick that up and just drop it in. And now this is going to be all ready to go. It's a really easy way to actually fill your pastry bag. And we're just going to set that aside while we make our strawberry topping. Now we're going to work on the fruit topping for our stuffed French toast. We're going to start with 2 cups of quartered strawberries, 1 cup of blueberries. It looks like I missed a stem. We're going to add a tablespoon of sugar over the top of that. And then we're going to zest our lemon. I did wash this lemon with dish soap. Oh, that lemon smells so good. All right. Now we're going to cut this lemon in half and juice it. I have found I love these lemon squeezers. Oh. Then we're just going to give that a good stir. We're gonna let this fruit sit for about 10 minutes. This is what you call macerating the strawberries, which just means that you're allowing the sugars to draw some of the juices out of that fruit. All right, we're gonna set that aside for, like I said, about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna add a half a cup of maple syrup over the top. So the last piece that we need to create for our stuffed French toast is our chantilly cream. You can just put this all in a bowl and whip it like normal, but I love to use my blender. This is a blender that has a really fast motor, and it's probably one that's really easy to make a smoothie with. You don't want to use one of the standard blenders to do this because it won't work. But if you happen to have something like a Blendtec or a Vitamix or probably even a Ninja, it would work great. So to our blender, I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Might have gone a little bit too much, but that's all right. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. And just a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just gonna do a couple little dashes. And then we're just going to blend this. And that's it. I love how when that sound shifts, you know that your whipped cream is done. And there we have perfectly blended whipped cream. Berries are macerated, our toast is baked, and now we're ready to do the final assembly. First, I'm going to add half a cup of maple syrup to the berries, and we'll give that a mix. So the first step is to take the slit that we made in our bread earlier, and then we're going to fill it with our filling. Now we filled this slice, and now we're going to do the next step that's going to take it over the top. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of the sanding sugar on the top, and then using our kitchen torch, we are going to go ahead and melt that sugar. Doesn't that look good? And to that, we are going to cover that with our berries. And finally top that with a scoop of whipped cream. And we're going to put a cute little mint leaf on the top. There's our stuffed French toast.
For more delicious recipes, check out our website at HighnessFamilyFavorites.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss another recipe.